What's going on, everybody? How's y'all Sunday going? Y'all have a good weekend? I have worked my butt off this weekend at home. Woo! I tell you what, I've been shitting and getting this weekend now. Got my house and all cleaned up yesterday. I spent all day long cleaning the house. We got a lot of rain this weekend. It started raining Friday afternoon, Friday night, and it rained all the way up to yesterday afternoon. So I didn't even get out there. This is the first time I've gotten out of the house all weekend. Is right now. Yesterday I spent all day long cleaning. I cleaned up everything. Only thing I didn't do was wash clothes. I washed clothes earlier in the week, so I didn't really need to wash no clothes. So I didn't wash clothes yesterday. But I cleaned my kitchen up. I cleaned my living room up. I cleaned my bathroom up. I got everything cleaned up yesterday. And then today, I got up this morning and I cooked a big old meal. I thawed some deer tenderloins that I had in the freezer. I cooked some deer tenderloins in some bacon gravy with some steamed carrots that I steamed in molasses, butter, salt. I put it all in the oven, let it cook for about 30-45 minutes. And I cooked me some yeast rolls and some rice to go with it. Then I cooked a big old pecan pie. And now I am miserable. Done all that cooking, ate, cleaned up the kitchen, got the dishwasher running. I am tired. I tell you what though, I made my gravy. I try to make everything homemade. I don't try to buy store-bought crap. I just don't. I think it's better if you try to make it homemade. And I growed up learning how to cook, and there ain't much that I can't cook. And it's good. It's eatable. But I made my gravy a little bit different this time. I know y'all probably heard me say bacon gravy, and you wondering what in the heck is he talking about bacon gravy? But what I did is I cooked me some bacon this morning for breakfast. Well, I took that grease, and that's what I cooked my deer tenderloin in. And then after I cooked my deer tenderloin, I took the remnants of it and made a homemade gravy with it, and added a little bit more bacon grease with it, with some flour and some water. And then I took my deer tenderloin and stuck it back up in the gravy. Oh my God. I'm telling you right now, I about made myself sick. Boy, that junk was good enough to make your tongue beat your brains out. You hear me? It was good. But I ate too doggone much. Because after I ate me a plate full of that, I went in there and cooked the pecan pie while I was eating. When I got that pecan pie cooked, I went in there and cut me a piece. I had to try it while it was still warm. I like my pecan pie when it's still warm. Oh God, now I'm sick. Sick and miserable. But it was good. But I said since I got everything cleaned up, everything straightened up like it's supposed to be, I said, well, I'll get out and ride around for a few minutes. Have y'all come along for the ride. So we just having a rambling Sunday today. Figured I might ride down here to the to the Hugh Gillis Lake. See what it looks like. It ain't far from the house, about 3 or 4 miles. But you know, I ain't never fished this thing. I ain't never been down here fishing. I heard a lot of people say that they come down here and fish and they don't catch real big ones off the bank. But you have to have a boat and get out there. My daddy, he comes down here every now and then. He fishes from the bank. He said he don't catch nothing but those little bitty old small red eyes. He said he ain't never caught nothing real big down here from the bank. I don't know why, I just ain't never fished it. To be honest with you, I ain't even never been down here about 2 or 3 times in my whole life. Just riding through there. I figured I'd go over here and see what it's looking like this Sunday. It's a beautiful day. 72 degrees, the sun's out, it ain't hot, humidity's down. I mean, it feels good. We hadn't got all that doggone rain yesterday and Friday. I might would have went fishing. My order's all messed up. They ain't gonna bite. I ain't complaining about the rain because we sure need it. We need a lot more. We got a good bit yesterday, but it didn't take it long to dry up. We hurt for some doggone rain, that's for sure. Maybe we'll get some more this week, but we got a good little bit. They done paved this road, Vernon Woodard Road. They done paved this roster. It needed it. Yeah, ain't too far. It ain't too far from the house. This old place down here. I just ain't never fished it. Heard a lot of people say they caught some fish. Me and a boy I worked with in law enforcement back a few years ago, we opened up a bait and tackle store down in Soperton, Georgia, called Bait Boys. And we had a lot of customers that would come down here and go fishing. They say they do pretty good down there at the dam, but like I said, I ain't never fished it. I used to make them plastic worms. I can make a plastic worm. I bought the mold for it, and I sat there and dilly-dallied with it. I didn't know what the heck I was doing to start off with. Burnt a mess out of my forearm one time. I still got a scar from it. That stuff gets hot. It ain't nothing plastic. You have to melt it down and then add your colors and your glitter to it. It'll make you plastic worms. I squirted that stuff out one time and it got on my doggone forearm. You want to talk about hurting? That junk burnt for about a week. Burnt the mess out of it. But I did pretty good with the plastic worms. I thought about getting back into it, a little bit when I ain't working. Go back to making some plastic worms because I was selling them all the way over in Alabama. I had a customer in I can't remember what that place was called, Lake City or something like that, Alabama. I can't remember. It was somewhere between Montgomery and Wetumpka, Alabama. I want to say it was Lake City. I can't remember what the name was. It might have been Lakeland, Alabama, something like that. Anyway, I had a customer over there I used to sell to. I made some worms, man, that would glow in the dark. You put them out there in the sunlight and they'd change colors. And then if you was night fishing and you left them out in the sun all day long, they would glow in the dark. Man, I sold the heck out of them rascals. It just, to get that stuff to make it glow in the dark, it cost a little bit extra. So I had to charge a little bit more for those worms. But I sure sold them. They work now. I made me some, and I made me a lizard with it. I make a 7, 5, and 7-inch Cinco worms, and I dilly dally around with the colors and stuff like that. But I also had a mold that would make a lizard, and I put some of that glow in the dark stuff in that lizard. I had one color that he would be pink, and then you put him out in the sunlight, and he changed to a purple. It was pretty cool. But I did pretty good with that. But old boy who owns a gun shop down the road, he bought us out and all. I just didn't have time to run it. Working, working policing and trying to run a bait. You run a business. You got to stay with it 24/7. Being a boss man ain't what everybody thinks it's cracked up to be, especially if you're an owner. I mean, you have to, if you want to make some money off of it, you're gonna have to stick with it. And we just didn't have the time to stick with it like we should. I mean, we didn't lose money, but we really wasn't making no money neither. You know what I'm saying? We make just enough to keep our inventory in stock. Because I sold fishing poles and any type of bait and tackle that you needed, salt blocks. People went to the river. Man, we sold live bait. We sold goldfish. We sold minnows and crickets and worms. I mean, we sold all type of stuff, and it was just something that you had to stick to. You know what I'm saying? You had to be there all the time. We just didn't have the time to put in it. So I sold it out to old boy who owns a gun store up there on 221 there in Soper. You know, but I miss it. I enjoyed that. Got to meet new people. Got to see what they knew about fishing, because you had some of them old timers, man, that really knowed what they was doing, and they'd come in there and they'd share a couple of secrets with you about what they would do and how they do things. I mean, it was something I enjoyed. I've been sitting here running my mountain. I done went slap on by the road. I done made it down here to Scott, Georgia. I got way out the daggone way. Ain't but a couple of miles back up the road. What y'all been doing this weekend? Anything to talk about? Cause I sure ain't done a whole lot. Oh, daggone. Cleaned and stayed in the house all day Friday and Saturday. I didn't go nowhere. Didn't do a flipping thing but clean up. I reckon that was enough. Something had to be done. And rainy days is about as good a day as any to do it. It sure ain't nothing worth watching on TV no more. I done got no kick of watching them old police shows on TV. Dragnet, Adam 12, Highway Patrol. I done got on the kick of watching them kind of shows here lately. They tickle me. About how they did back in the old days compared to how they do now. A lot different. Hell, it's a lot different from now than what it was when I first started in. That's the way the world goes nowadays. Don't nothing stay the same. Everything's changing day in and day out. I wished I could go back about 30 or 40 years and keep living like we lived back then in the 70s and the 80s, early 90s. It was a simpler time and a better time. Didn't have all these doggone cell phones and social media crap to flood your brain. Didn't have Google. You had to actually think and look stuff up for yourself instead of asking a dang computer to answer to it. You know, back then, y'all remember, especially some of y'all folks as old as I am or older, y'all remember back when we had rotary phones? Man, I was good at memorizing stuff. I could memorize a number like nothing, you know. I could remember that number, put it in my head, and I'd have it, you know. Now, you got everything programmed into your phone. Hell, that's all I can do to keep up with my own number. I can't even hardly remember my own number, much less nobody else's. That's just the way things are now. Just a lot different, man. It's just a lot different. They have dumbed us down so doggone much that you just it's hard to remember anything anymore. And that's what they do. They dumb us down. I knew this was the road to go to it when we passed it a while ago, but I thought there was a paved road we could get to it too. That's where I take my deer to get them processed at, right down here. I thought there was another road, a paved road that went to it. Bet you folks that got boats and they come down here when it just got through raining, I bet they catch the daggum devil trying to get down this doggone dirt road. I don't know why in the world the county ain't paved it. I think the county would have paved this doggone road, considering it going to a public fishing area. One of the last dirt roads there is in Lawrence County, that's for sure. There ain't many dirt roads no more. Used to have a lot of dirt roads. Ride down, ride around. Like few and far between now. Yeah, I stepped outside a while ago and I was like, man, it feels good out here. Just a pretty day. Good day to get out and do something. We hadn't got as much rain as we had got yesterday. I know what I'd be doing. Be drowning me a worm right now. Might go fishing later on in the week. We don't get no rain Monday and Tuesday. I'll probably go fishing Wednesday morning. Might go live Wednesday morning. Right there where I take my deer to get them processed out right there. Old boy does a pretty good job. I don't know why in the world they ain't paid this doggone little stretch of dirt road right here. Hugh Gillis Public Fishing Area. A few cars up in here. One coming out, two going in. Like I said, I ain't never been down here much. a big old place though. Look like there's a whole lot of folks down here. Daily limit: brim 15, catfish 5, white perch 30, and bass 5. There's a couple of cars down here. Ain't a whole lot down here. Take my little old boat and come down here, fish it up. Turn around here where y'all can see it. Got a couple of folks out here, and a whole lot of people out here. Y'all see it out there? I think it was all there's somebody right there fishing in a boat. But I don't know how big this doggone place is. I don't know how many acres. They say you can fish right here and catch a few, but I ain't never fished it. There's a few folks out here fishing off the dock. It's a big old place though. Ain't many people out here. Would be crowded to come down here and go fishing. I don't know if they got camping areas out here or not where you can camp out and stuff like that. Seems like they'd have a place where you could put your RVs and stuff like that, you know. Folks come down here and fish, camp out for the weekend. You got a little bitty pond right there. Just a regular old little bitty pond. Wonder what's in there. Probably catfish. But this is it. Hugh Gillis public fishing there. I think it was all the way back up in there. There's somebody right there gonna walk down there to it. I might come down here and go fishing one day. Just to see what's going on with it down there. Like I said, it's been a long time, and I think it's been about 4 or 5 years since me and my son come down here one time, just looking around. I don't know I don't know if you can just have a regular fishing license and come down here. Have to have a special stamp or what, you know. You know how the government is. They try to get as much money out of you as they possibly can. I can come down here and try it one day. See what it's about. Well, I ain't been down this road right here in forever. I done forgot where it comes out at. I think it circles back around back over to 80. I don't know. Been so doggone long since I've been down it. And it turns back into a dirt road. Imagine that. I think this is Maddox Road right here. This is Maddox Road. I know I can. Yeah, this is Maddox Road here. It comes back out of 80. Oh. Been a long time since I've been down through here. They done built it up. All these houses and stuff. Back when I worked with the county board, this used to be a rough little area right through here. Yeah, some rough folks living on this road. Somebody building them a house right there. Got that baby up on stilts. Well, what all y'all done this weekend? Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what all y'all gotten into this weekend. Y'all have a lazy weekend like I did, or y'all didn't even get out the doggone house? I gotta go back to work in the morning, 4:30. I sure dread it, because it's gonna be my long week this week. Gotta work Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 12-hour days. Gotta get my truck over across town sometime this week, get the oil changed in it, tires rotated and balanced. I made 2 trips to Alabama in it since I had the oil changed in it last time. Get it over there and get it serviced up. I wouldn't want to live right there. Right here on Main Road. Doggone Highway 80 now. It's busy too. Lordy me. I believe I can go home and take me a nap. Try to stay awake. I'll be going to bed early tonight. I had to get up at doggone 4 o'clock. I try to get into bed by about 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest. The older I get, the more I find out, the more sleep I need. I sure didn't sleep none Friday night, I can tell you that. I got up Friday morning probably about 9 o'clock. And I didn't go back to bed till last night at midnight. I didn't sleep none Friday night. Stayed up all day yesterday. Then it was around midnight last night before I finally was able to go to sleep. That junk gets aggravating, you hear me? Just lay there in the bed and toss and turn. If I can ever get to sleep, I'm alright. It's that getting there. I don't know what it is. My mind won't shut off. I'll lay there and I'll be thinking and thinking and thinking about crap. I just cannot go to sleep. It gets so aggravating. Y'all have trouble doing that? Y'all have trouble going to sleep at night? Once I ever fall asleep, I'm good. It's just getting there. I'll lay there, put my phone down, be laying there in the dark, wide awake, just thinking about junk. Mind don't shut off. I wished it did sometime. But it don't. Old fella used to live right there in that house. He used to make meal, cornmeal. We used to come down here and buy cornmeal from him. He's dead and gone now. Old Ralph King. What is the name of that road is? Ralph King Road. He lived back there. He made cornmeal. That's where we used to get our cornmeal from. He had a heck of a business too now. Just doing it out at his own house, you know. He had a lot of people come down here and buy meal from him. That old man could make it too now. Better than this old processed mess you get at the grocery store now. All these pretty ponds around here, you don't never see nobody fishing them. Makes you wonder, folks who want them, they don't want nobody fishing their ponds. I ain't never understood that. Why somebody want to build a big old pond and they won't let a single dadgum soul fish it. That don't make no dadgum sense to me. I reckon they just like to show off so that they got money or something. I don't know. Man, if I had a big old pond like these folks got around here, man, I'd want people to come to fish it. Hell, I would never deny somebody coming and fishing. Especially young folks. I really want to be out there in my pond fishing. I had them running the streets. You learn more out here in these woods about life than you ever will in a classroom. I can tell you that. One of these days is coming, and I've been saying this for 30 years now. If you don't know how to hunt, fish, and plant a garden, one of these days soon, you're going to be in a damn mess. You hear me? And we just about there now. We are just about to that point. If you don't know how to hunt, fish, and know how to plant a garden, you're going to be in a world of hurt one of these days. Where this old world is going. Man, everything's now already so doggone high you about can't afford to go to the grocery store. I killed 2 deer this year. And that's enough to last me till next deer season. And that's what I eat on, is that. I go and catch fish. I still got some fish in the freezer from where I caught earlier this year. Eat on them. I'll be going fishing some more. Put them in the freezer. Have them. That's enough to get me by. All I got to do is just buy a little extra stuff, to go along with it, Stuff like flour, milk, stuff like that. My daddy, he didn't plant no garden this time around. So I had to buy some vegetables. Little old pond right here on the right hand side. That pond right there, and that place right there used to have some good fish in. There's been a lot of people get killed in that pond right there. Be coming around this corner right here too fast, and they flip and go over in that pond and drown. I had about 3 or 4 people do that. I go fishing right here a lot too. Right down here at the creek. That place right there. And them ponds right there. I can fish them ponds right there too. Some good little old ponds to fish. I ain't about dried up because we ain't had no doggone water. Now straight ahead right here, you can't see it, but there's a driveway right through there. It used to be. And you could go down there and go right down, straight on down right there. You can go down to a place called the Peggy Hole, where we used to go at when we were little, go down there and swim and fish. And way off back in the wood, probably about 3/4 of a mile back in there. Used to ride our bicycles down there a lot when we were little. Done growed up now. Ain't nothing the same no more. I sure miss the old days. Life was a lot simpler back then. Wasn't all this rush, rush, rush. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the little trip. And I may come on here live Wednesday. I don't know if the weather's fine. I may try to hook up in the boat. Take y'all fishing with me. See what we can catch. But I'm fixed to go home and see if my dishwasher's quit. Put up some dishes and cut my hair. And get my uniform all ready for tomorrow. But y'all have a good one as always. And if you like my videos, like and share, comment, subscribe to my channel if you will. Tell others about it. Maybe they'll get something out of it. I don't know. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye.